Okay. Yep, you have consented. Alright, here we go. This will be interesting. Riven versus Rice.
I hate it. I just hate it. Just stupid matchup.
Okay. Whoa. Alright.
Messing
Okay.
up
My
the.
spirit is not lost.
Your spirit's not lost.
It is not lost.
Oh, you have music. Sorry. Okay. Alright, if you have any random questions, like, before the lane phase commences, I would just
Okay.
implore you to ask now. Other
If
than
I
that,
have questions,
yeah, other than that, purple side Riven versus blue side Rise is definitely going to be a bitch. Did you pick Riven into Rise?
I don't remember that, but I always first pick my Riven, so
Okay.
I don't really care about the matchup.
Well, alright. No, okay, I get what you're saying, but if you're... I mean, you can climb using only one champion. It's not like it's impossible, but...
I'm like a one-trick pony, so I can admit that.
Okay, that's fine then. That's fine. Then
I know every matchup.
even though a counter exists, if it's not a part of their main champions, it probably won't affect you.
The only time I wouldn't pick Riven would be if I see a Renekton early.
Mhm.
Then I would pick a Shyvana into Renekton
Why not Rise?
because I don't like playing Rice. I found I just don't like it.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't like champions that doesn't make big plays. Just not my style.
Also, don't open E against Rise.
How come?
Well... Okay, so E against Rise first, at least in my opinion, from the Rise's standpoint, is easier. Because once you use the E, you are completely susceptible to being zoned out level 1. And he can get level 3 before you can get level 2.
That's true.
If he plays it right, especially because you're purple. So
That's true.
that's why I wouldn't do it. You can use Broken Wings, like use it to get a CS, use it to get away. You know what I mean? So apply your Broken Wings like your E. You're gonna take Qs anyway. You know what I mean? At least get something out of it and threaten it. You know?
True. But what I usually do against Rise, I just wait for my level 3. I like when until I'm even with Rise on level 3. I never play aggressive until level 3.
Okay.
You could also see my laning, how I
Yeah.
usually play it.
He's already messing up.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not pushing the wave.
Yeah. And he wasn't standing correctly for when you came into lane. You shouldn't get that CS. Like, I mean, it's good that you did, but I'm just saying, like, he's making...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making mistakes.
So, here you
He's
can try to... Right. Yep. Wait until the red orb is midair before you do an E.
Okay.
Because you don't just want to... You don't want to just orb the auto attack.
Yeah. I think at this point I had some FPS issues. You can see my FPS like 40, 60.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think that was the main problem here. I'm not pretty sure though. Yeah. I think it was this game.
Okay.
Like I had one game that with FPS issues. I think at some point I pause and close my song.
Now, do you see what I mean though about the E? Like,
yeah,
you were just on a 5-second cooldown and you were standing down here, right? Why wasn't he just moving into you? It doesn't make any sense. He could have you standing here if he's a good Rise.
Yes, I know.
And then you miss, like, your XP bar is not even half. So this is really big because you're not just missing XP, you're missing permanent XP.
It's over half. I think I'm one.
You're
I'm
over
1
half.
minion.
You're over half, right? But he could.
I'm
zone
1
you.
minion from. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's all that I'm trying to say. So in the future, I just would never open E like this.
I just like shielding the first Qs.
Yeah. No. I understand.
Like that would hurt a lot on me. If he like I shield like 2 or 3 Qs so far. That's
yeah.
I think it's worth. I don't know. I'll try it out, I guess.
Nice.
And probably we got the kill without
Perfect. That
hurting
was really
anything.
good. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Okay. Now, other than that, you're not making any mistakes, but he made a ton of mistakes. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah. I know it's gonna be tougher in higher yellows. I know that. I'm just taking care of this low diamond thing. Oh shit! I hate TP'd here.
He TP'd back. Okay. Yep.
I stay
Don't-
around.
Don't do that ward. Now, right now, right? Oh, God, sorry. Let me open
Okay.
Paint. This is just generic. This ward, okay, it's inefficient, and it's inefficient for a few reasons. Ryze, like, his jungler knows that, first off, you didn't blow Flash or Ignite, and Ryze doesn't have
Yeah.
either. Well, I mean, Ryze
Yeah.
has Teleport and Flash. He doesn't have Flash, okay?
Mhm.
So his jungler doesn't have gank assistance right now. So
Okay.
this ward is considered ineffective timing. Like, his jungler can't come top right now. You know, when you look at the game timer, it doesn't make sense to come top. Even though Ryze just teleported back, he doesn't have any sort of gank assistance. Now, you have 2 minions that are going into Ryze, and you can't pressure him or harass him while he has to CS these 2 minions. And then on top of that, Ryze doesn't want to CS these that fast. He wants the lane to freeze. So because he's not going to CS these that fast, you have timing to walk all the way down and drop the ward right in front of blue. And there's a certain rock that you drop it on. By the time you get down to blue, the jungler, who should not have been anywhere on this top side of the map because Ryze died, and then he had to wait for his death timer, his teleport timer, you know what I mean? And the jungler had to recognize that Ryze was under siege. So that probably meant that the jungler went over to Wraiths or Golems. If there is a timing for him to come back top, you would hit in front of blue by the time he would be around Wolves, and then by dropping the ward, you maximize efficiency on that ward timing.
That's true.
Okay?
All right. That is usually where I set my ward because I saw that from your video.
That's
Videos.
reasonable if these circumstances aren't met. You're absolutely correct.
Wait. Let me just.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
But that is usually when I set my regular side ward. I never use my trinket all the way down there.
Right. Okay. You can use your trinket down there, though, if these conditions are met. Alternatively, this ward would just be fine. Like, if Ryze didn't die and Jax didn't come top and the lane is the way that it is, that ward would be completely fine. But
Okay.
because of all these other external factors, that the ward is incorrect. It's not that it's bad, it's just incorrect. It could be made better.
Okay, I see.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's go.
I get it. Let's go. Go.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that was not nice.
That wasn't nice, though. The follow-up wasn't nice, but moving in... Okay. So you gotta watch out for the level 4.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get it first, for sure. Because I got the experience from killing him, and I'm a few minutes ahead.
Okay. So Vi's there. Yeah, I would just E, and unfortunately as it is, even though it's a siege minion wave, Jax is way too far away to coordinate any sort of a counter gank. Vi looks like she's starting to leave, but if Vi's good right now, Vi, like, see, this is an issue with I don't agree with you staying in the lane.
I know.
Now, if it works out, it works out. That's fine, but it's a wrong decision, and the reason that I say that is because right now Ryze is level 4. His 4 is greater than yours. Just innately. Your level 3 is stronger than Ryze's if he goes QWQ, but his level 4 is greater, especially if minions are present, because then the ricochet just hurts that much more. It gives him, room, and technically he doesn't have to be near you. But if Vi is good right now, by leaving this vision, she applies pressure to mid, and she also applies pressure to you, in the fact that she can come back around. And it doesn't make sense for Jax to be on this side of the jungle, given the timing. So she can probably know, because we're talking about High Diamond II, right? So we're not talking about people that are not aware of these things. So because of that, like, this has to be considered by you that this fog of war can be abused. So by you being here, just innately, it's wrong. You should have just recalled and started building into Hex Drinker. And I say Hex Drinker because...
Double AP.
Double AP, right. So, yeah. Okay?
Yes,
All right,
yes,
go.
Yes, go. But
Nice, that was nice. That was very good.
thank you.
Yeah,
And
did
here's
she go around?
Yes, I know she's around.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
right
See,
there.
okay, so yeah.
But
There
what
it is.
happens here is...
Nice.
Oh, shit.
That was really nice. That was really nice. So, but again, this is poorly played by Ryze. He
I know.
made that way too obvious. Like, he gave it up. You know what I mean? You should have died.
I know.
You should have died. But, I mean, well, you wouldn't die. You'd burn Flash.
Yeah,
And then
I didn't burn it, though.
You didn't... Well, it's not a burn, technically. I mean...
Yeah, it's a flash.
Why aren't you... Well, no, Hex Drinker. Then Ryze has no kill potential.
That's true.
If you go Hex Drinker, he has to then use his Q to CS because he has to generate tier, right? because his Qs can't be used on you anymore, effectively for kills.
I usually go Hex Drinker first against Rise, but whenever I see difference between a good and bad Rise, I always go Brutalizer because I'm sure I'm gonna get a kill on him eventually.
Right, but if you go Hex Drinker, then you also give roam potential. You can't die. You can't dive a Rise, even if you're level 6. You can't go at him under tower just because of how W works. As sad as it is.
I know.
So it's like trying to kill a Zac. It doesn't matter how bad the Zac is. The passive just stupid. It like know. So you wanna create pressure for your team in different ways, and just by moving into the fog of war, if there's no ward coverage because you have lane dominance, you're helping your entire team.
Okay.
Okay. Carrying is not just 4-0ing your lane and winning in CS. That's not what carrying is. Carrying is taking advantages and gold earnings and stuff that you've won through your lane and as a player, and reinvesting it into the team through pressure, warding, control, map movements, itemization, and considerance to timing and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Okay. But doesn't a Brutalizer give more pressure than a Hex Drinker?
Hex Drinker pressures Ori more.
Orianna?
Right.
Okay.
It gives you dive potential on Ori.
Oh, I see.
And then on top of that, can you complete a Hex Drinker, with boots now in time for Dragon at like 12 to 15 minutes?
That depends on the laning phase, I guess.
Exactly. It depends on the laning phase. And if Ryze is playing it correctly, you're not supposed to be getting CS. You're supposed to fall behind in CS, ever so slightly. Now, yes, you do have a 1-0-1, but it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, that's not really, what is that? That's only a 20 CS extra?
Yeah.
So if you tab right now, you have 21 plus the 5 that you're going to get, so 26 plus 20. You have 46 CS. What is Ryze at? Like 20 or something? So what is 26 CS? It's only, you're like 500 gold ahead. 600? Right?
And it is Ryze, he doesn't really need the CS.
Exactly, exactly. Ryze doesn't, right. What is he at?
So he
19.
He has
okay.
19. He did use a teleport on the CS though. Okay.
Another cute thing you can do against Ryze, this is specifically to if you have an advantage in lane, which you do. Okay, so there's some conditions that have to be met. This is a circumstantial tech path, basically, for Riven.
Yes.
I don't know if you'd find this. I don't know. So basically, if you do, you get 2 points in Broken Wings, and then you max your E first.
Okay.
Okay. With
I tend to do that sometimes.
Okay. All right. Good.
That is not against Ryze though. That is against harder bruiser matchups.
Yeah. I mean, there's other matchups where it is applicable, but against Ryze specifically,
No.
it would just be like really like laughable. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hex Drinker plus that, he wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then his W wouldn't save him per se. So okay.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you need to do right here? Okay, all right. Right there, like, that's just one little minor thing I don't agree with, and I'm going to say why right now. Because what is the game timer?
The game timer is 6.
6, all right, like 6:10, 6:15. So, where is Vi? Roughly.
She could be...
Does she have any gank opportunity bottom? No.
No.
Okay. Does she have any gank opportunity mid? Slightly.
Slightly, yes.
But a mid gank is not plausible right now because we know that Kennen, etc., Kennen and family are not 6. Okay? So Orianna doesn't have any sort of gank assistance yet. Of course Vi's going to wait. You know what I mean? They're not going to try to go on that. Kennen's HP is too high. We can just see that through the avatar. We don't even have to F key to the lane, So if, Vi is anywhere right now, she's probably either at Golems, Wraiths, and she's heading over on her way en route to Blue so that she can complete Wolves, then Wraiths, and then give Orianna Blue.
But
so
I'm pretty sure she started red though.
Did she start red?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because Ryze wasn't lane at the at 155 ish.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's a Vi. It's kind of like Master Yi. Master Yi can be leastless.
That's true.
I wouldn't read into that too much. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, but I wouldn't read into that too much.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should, if you know that she started red, then okay. All right, that does change things if you do know. But because you don't, you can't. You can't. Right. So basically, what I would prefer you to do here, all right, and this like is this wave is obviously going to move up and stuff. These minions, they're going to move up into like this vicinity, just by how the lane moves and stuff, whatever. And so what you're going to do is you want to shove this, and you want to go down to get that ward.
Okay.
Okay. And you could be even greedier and get the ward in the brush because of the timings, because you'd arrive there at like 6:30. You know what I mean? 6:40ish, which is before Vi should enter into that region to kill white or something, if he's going to kill that before giving, blue to Oriana or whatever. So you could get the ward in the brush, and then that would give Jax a lot of help. That would give Kennen a lot of help, because then Kennen can see, what way Vi's going to leave. And if Vi comes up, then you're kind of safe, And then later on in the match, if you're carrying and you're ahead, you get like another kill on Ryze and whatever. Buy 2 wards. Pop one down in the brush right here. Okay, so you can see a Vi comes up like this. You can see a Vi comes up like that. And then drop a ward here for Kennen.
Alright.
Okay?
Oh my god.
It's fun. It's fun. I don't mind.
Yes.
Okay, are we good? Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Alright. Go.
Yes, just go.
Okay.
Take it. It's not too cool for a ward.
I guess alternatively, you could have checked if Vi was red or blue by clicking on her when she came up into the lane and looking at. Oh.
Yeah, but that was I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I remember this part. Like, you see Vi?
Yeah.
I have no idea how she got there.
She probably just fisted through.
Yeah. My what do you say? My theory was she wall break.
Yeah.
Used wall breaker through the big thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
It was just so weird for me. She just suddenly stands there.
No, it's fine. That's fine. Nice though. This ward. Yep, it's good. Okay. So now what's going on? Ryze is missing. Why aren't you shoving your lane as fast as possible? That's just a common mechanic. Do you gain anything from the lane being frozen? No.
No.
You're not. That's not how this matchup works. You need to shove this as fast as possible and disappear into the fog of war so that you give Kennen help.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We good?
Yes.
Okay. And then alternatively, another thing, if you wanted, you can disappear into the fog of war. Don't go mid and just go kill golems.
All right.
So just, you need to CS this as fast as possible, because Ryze is about to enter back into vision relatively soon. Probably like next, I don't know. Yeah. There.
Yes. Yeah.
So.
It was. I think it was because I thought he didn't be yet. He was just standing on the turret, so I didn't really want to show it. But then I realized he's not really gonna show up.
Okay, if this is a good Ryze, his flash is up right now, by the way.
Yes.
You're dead. If he's good.
Questionable, because I am ultimate and I have like
you do have
4 seconds.
Right.
4 seconds on my combo, and that would most likely kill him.
Well, no, I'm not talking about from this freeze frame. I'm talking back from.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, let's see.
Your ult shouldn't hit, by the way, against him if he's good. This again goes back to if he's good, unless you can predict the flash, but technically he can flash the animation. Okay,
That's
so
true.
right here, you're on Broken Wings, right?
Yes.
Here, right before this connected, he should have W'd you. Okay? And then if he does that, so he can Q you before his W. Then he W's you, Q's you again, and turns on R. And you're still stuck here. Now, yes, you do get this hit, you do get the stun, but you're at half HP, and his R is active. Then he hits you with E, the ricochet is going to go off twice. He'll hit you with Q again, and by that time, okay, you're only standing like right here. He has flash
Yes.
up. You know what I mean? And then your cooldowns. Look at them.
Yeah.
This is only like 3
seconds.
seconds in the future, right? You're like toast. You know what I mean? The movement speed and
Yeah,
stuff.
true.
So
I mean,
yeah, because you also have to factor in his lifesteal. His life is not going to be looking like this. He's going to gain HP.
that's true as well.
So this was just a mistake, but it doesn't go punished. But you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Just don't just because it doesn't go punished, don't keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I will, like, if he chased me, I would most likely kite into the bushes as well.
He has ward trinket.
That is true, as well. But
No, I know. We just have to factor in everything. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah,
Because-
I know.
Yeah, just by reverse
aware.
engineering. The Doran's Blade.
I want the lifesteal. And the extra tankiness against Rise.
Okay, but I feel like Null Magic Mantle would give you more tankiness than just because all you're doing with that is eating like 1 Q. That's only 1 Q of HP.
True.
You know, like just get the Null Magic Mantle because the Null Magic Mantle after 4 Qs you've effectively ate a Q. You know, or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
obviously the math gets a little bit more nitty gritty, but through an extended trade it's the same, but overall it is better because it's not dead weight. Doran's Blade has to be resold, right? The lifesteal from Doran's Blade, how much are you getting out of it right now? You've gotten 10 HP, 15, or no, it's less than that. It's 3 now per hit, right? So it's 9.
No, it's melee 5.
Okay, it's 5.
Range 3.
Okay, right. 25. You're at full HP. You're not getting anything. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
Doran's Blade, it doesn't make sense. So the itemizations, I'm having severe disagreements with you.
Okay.
That's just, you know.
It's just because I like my early Dorans. Not that early, but I just want 1 or 2 Dorans item at least.
No, I understand.
Just for the extra comfort.
Okay, now what does this give away?
He has no ultimate.
He was turning on all. Where's he going right now?
He's going to ward, most likely.
Okay,
I
but
think.
what else could he be going to do right now? Is his teleport up?
Yes.
Okay. You need to just chase
Yes.
him. Not like
Sure,
chase
but-
it. You need to chase him until he drops a ward. Because if
Yeah.
he's missing CS, if he's missing XP, then so are you, and it's fine.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because you're ahead. But you need to provide. You need to be a carry. You need to provide your team utility. And you know what I mean? You need to chase him because you don't want him to teleport in on Dragon, and then what would have been a Dragon for your team is not. By chasing
That's true.
him, you can just broken wings and stop it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, okay. Because he doesn't have ult, he can't get away from you. Alright?
But what I like to do is when the wave is this big, and I just don't care about where he goes. If he goes bot, I will just shove the turret. I mean all the minions into the turret, and I will just punish him for teleporting bot lane by hitting on his turret.
Well,
That's
if
what I
he-
like to do.
Okay, if he teleports and you lose Lucian and Zyra, and then Dragon, and then he doesn't have to come back top. He can go mid with Orianna. And then Kennen gets shoved in, and now you've just set Kennen
Yeah,
behind.
that's
You set Lucian behind. You set Zyra behind. That's not worth
true
it.
as well. That's
You know?
true as well.
Now, if this wave... Now, okay, I get what you're saying. If this wave was 15 minions and not, like, 7, that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Alright,
that's a little bit different. Because, yes, you can get that wave, the next wave, and get the tower for your team. And then you are super powered. So when you do finally meet the team, okay, it's a little bit different.
That's true. That will be super fed.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, got it. But he just. Oh, there comes Vi.
There comes Vi. Right. Okay, so they concede Dragon. And I feel like
Freely.
that was really weird by, like...
Yeah. This is US Diamond 2, guys.
I'm saying, man, right?
Diamond 2, guys.
Nice
Free
wording,
dra-
nice wording. Yep.
Getting free dragons.
Oh, I'm so sorry if you hear, like, me shuffling poker chips. Okay.
That's fine.
Right.
Is missing. I think he TP's bot here.
Yep.
No.
Nope.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, I remember at some point
he's missing.
teleported
He's
bot.
missing.
Yeah.
Shove.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. No, I know. I'm just saying. Like, all right, good. Shove.
Shove,
Recall.
shove.
Just stand still. Just stand still and recall. You don't have to go into a bush.
I like going into bushes.
Right, but
Then
he can't be top.
that's true.
So there's no, there's nothing to.
There he comes. What do I get here? Pickaxe. Oh no. Oh no. What am I doing?
Oh my god, yeah, what are you doing? Please. Huh?
No. I think I go pickaxe again.
No, your itemizations, they're killing me. He could recognize this. Now, I'm just telling you this from a Rise standpoint. So I'm pinpointing even more why this is a mistake. He could recognize what you're doing, okay? And with his teleport up, he could shove Wave into Sork Pen boots and get it, and then you're just fucked.
That's true.
You know what I mean? And just use the teleport. He can concede having to teleport bot and whatever, like, otherwise to, help out and stuff. And you would just be completely crushed because Rise, if he's playing Rise correctly with movement, quintessence, movement masteries, you're almost down 100 movement speed.
That's true.
That's really scary. And then when he turns on ult, you're down like close to 150, almost, almost. Yeah. So it's like,
yeah, I don't know.
This is not being played, especially his purple side. Maybe if you're blue and he's shoving you in, I can see this, but not as purple. Like, he's content with being, see where he is right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's content with that. And you can't do anything against that positioning.
I think it was, I chose because I thought I would have a few kills on him.
Right.
Or at least, I was going to play aggressive and try and kill him. Or at least force him out of lane. Because on a usual Rise matchup in this elo, I just usually crush them. But this isn't
you're
really
crushing him. No, you're crushing him. You are.
Yeah.
You're not doing that bad. One thing like that you would have to do, and that I would recommend, like when you do play a better Rise, is you are gonna have to get used to shoving the. Okay, so now he's shown up. Okay. As soon as he had left, you should have done the missing ping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're a little bit late on that. As soon as this happens, shove. And I'm hoping that you do that.
Pretty sure I do. Yeah.
Okay. Shove this shit. Yep, use all your broken wings, and you missed some, but that's fine, whatever. And now just, get the tower.
Alright. They get no dragon out of that, though.
Yeah, because we got that. Right. Break these minions. Just queue in between autos here. Because you don't want the minions to... See how the minions are making... Or they can make your minions one-shot for the tower.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to maximize your minions' HP.
Okay.
Really minor detail.
Okay.
Stand on the other side of the tower. When this is like when you're attacking it, when you stand on the other side, you can see Rise coming quicker, and thus you can react with stutter step auto attacks, and you can still get some attacks on the tower.
Okay.
So that's just a very minor.
What happens? Am I doing? Do I do stupid shit here? I think I do.
Now, okay, so right here, I know this of Riven. Like, when you're right here... Let me just pause this. So if you want to get, like, really Korean, alright? When he goes for this... So if you... I'm sure you know how to do the Riven Flash E, Q, W combos and shit? Okay. Yeah. So you know what they all are. When he makes this mistake by coming over here... Okay, now you have two options. He doesn't know that you're in this bush. No. You can wait for him to stand up here, all right, for him to hit the CS, because the CS are going to collide, all right? If he's standing here, you can hit the Flash EWQ, and then you can go off on him. Because look at his itemization. That's not going to survive Riven's full, you know what I mean? Like, or if he does survive, it's going to come at the cost of his Flash. So you're going to trade flashes. Right, and then he's going to be really low on HP, and he's not going to get any efficiency out of his ultimate. You know, so his HP is going to be really low. He does not have a way to lifesteal it back up. You know what I mean? He doesn't have enough potions, okay? And his catalyst isn't going to go off anytime soon. So you would have him crippled, and the lane would be shoving in your favor because you're not going for CS off this combo. You're not going to, you know what I mean? You're not going to hit any minions. So then the lane's going to be frozen, and you've knocked him out of CS. And now you have tower dive potential. And if Jax is doing anything correct... Now, Jax, you open up room, and again, this is higher elo. You have to expect this out of your allies, and if they don't, then, okay, Jax is bad, but whatever.
Like,
but if you do that, and then Ryze ends up having to dance back here while the lane is like here, okay? Jax can then just completely ruin everything for Vi and Jax, because Vi has to come top if that occurs, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise, you know, whatever. But now there's an objective that's possible. There's a kill and an assist. Jax should just come like that.
Yeah.
Because this cuts off Vi. It cuts off Vi. It applies pressure to mid.
Yes.
It does so many things.
I think he does that.
Okay,
Not
good.
Sure.
Good.
Not sure though.
I'm glad if he does. Because if he does, that's the correct move.
I
But
don't
I
remember
don't
the
like...
sling
See,
face.
right there. That would have been... That was
Yeah.
like the exact position
Yeah.
I was talking about. You could have just
Yeah.
gone off.
It's just I don't really like burning flash for flash. I usually just want to burn their flash without burning my own.
But why? You get an objective off it.
That's true, but
You know what I mean? Right now, what's the timer on Dragon?
I don't remember that.
Okay. But, alright, so let's just hypothetically...
2 or 3 minutes, I'm guessing.
Okay. Well, let's just speak hypothetical. So, let's say the timer on Dragon it's going to synergize with your flash, roughly.
Okay.
Give or take. Okay?
Yeah.
Then do you need flash for anything in the next few minutes? Technically, no.
No.
You don't.
No.
If you need it to survive a gank, that's your own warding fault. That's your mid's fault. You know what I mean? Kennon's not giving you any mids. Kennon's actually like...
Yeah, but what I like to do with my flash is I like to save it until I burn their flash, then I do a flashy plate on them to secure the kill. That's what I do with my flash.
Okay, that's opportunistic. Obviously that would be an ideal situation if you can get them to use your flash without yours, and then you get to use it later. But then technically, situations arise where then you're behind. If you get them to burn your flash before yours, and then you use your flash to execute a kill and then get 1 or 2 minion waves, then there becomes an opportunity later on where then they're ahead of you shortly. Remember that time where this was a few minutes ago where I said you were dead because Ryze had flash?
Yeah. Yeah.
That can occur. So you should always, if you're the better player, you should be fine going summoner for summoner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you're the greater player, then yes, there will be instances where you just don't go any summoner. You know what I mean, and kill them.
Yeah.
But the other thing here is let me give you an example of something that Faker was very popular for, and he didn't invent it either. In mid lane, Faker would say "fuck you" to disadvantageous matchups on Riven by getting Q and E level 2 and going all in with Ignite, and he would cast the Ignite, and it would force the enemy mid laner out of the lane, and then when they come back, Faker's level 4, they're level 2, and then Faker would go into them again with EW and Q, and he would chunk them again. Faker would trade Ignite for superior positioning. And this, I'm going to give you an analogy of, like, it's like trading your queen in chess. It's sacrificing a queen. The queen's the most, queen is technically, point-wise, the most important piece, right? It is the strongest piece in terms of maneuverability and whatever. But there are instances where the queen, in this case your flash or your Ignite, is worth sacrificing. For greater good. It is, what I mean? It's the greater good. Do you see how that works?
Yes.
And also, the Ignite thing, it doesn't just apply to mid lane. That will apply in some matchups up top, and then additionally, it can really offset some people mentally. You know what I mean? Imagine fighting a Renekton, because I know that you mentioned to me about, like, Renekton things. So if you face someone that is not a Renekton main, but they're relatively comfortable on Renekton, and then all of a sudden, you go all in at them level 2, and you cast Ignite, and you leave him with, like, 200 HP, he might go, like, oh, okay, I'm just going to recall, and then he's going to type in all chat or something, or, like, to his allies, oh, top no Ignite, LOL. But then he gets back to lane, and you've manipulated the lane, and you're level 4, and you just chunk him again.
I see, yeah.
So that's a really advanced concept that applies to some champions,
Yeah,
Riven
like,
in particular.
I thought of that many times to do, but I just never get to do it because I just want to secure the kill all the time. I just want to secure the kills with my Ignite.
But you're securing an objective here.
I know,
Okay.
but I know it's like it shows like, okay, you're not pissy, you know how this lane goes.
Yeah.
But I just don't do it. I don't know why.
No,
I just don't.
Okay, I'm just telling you though for like improvement, just improvement purposes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
And I probably I feel like I can help this lane much more just because Ryze. So yeah. But
Yeah, here comes Jax. I think he wants to tower
this was
dive,
good.
but I
This
think
was so perfect by Jax.
I'm
And had you set it up, this would be even
earlier.
better, right? Because Ryze would be at tower right now. This wave would,
Right.
It doesn't seem to matter. Oh, but now the flash is there and Jax can't. You know what I mean? If Rise doesn't have the flash, Jax's leap can't be escaped. So there's so many things, you know? That was perfect by Jax. That was your mistake here.
Yeah.
But, well, him coming, if you didn't do that, him committing to an attack isn't necessarily bad because it gets the flash, but it could have been better.
I think my plan here was to shove the lane in first, just harass him first, and then dive him. I didn't want to dive straight out without minions.
Oh, correct. That was bad by Jax. The decision to come wasn't bad by him.
Yeah. My plan was to... I think I got a kill here. Yeah, I got a kill.
Nice.
Without burning anything. But my plan was to shove the lane in and harass him at the same time, and then dive him.
Yep.
Yeah, because we didn't have any minions touching turret before.
No, the thing is yes, in this fiction, in this situation, you do get away with having to not blow flash, and you get the objective and stuff. But you could have gotten the objective 2 minutes earlier. Jax could have been recalled. Jax could have been at bottom. Lucian could have just not died. You know what I mean? So there's all these things that you have to factor in, and just because you're 2-0-1, it doesn't mean that it's okay.
Yeah, my CSing is pretty bad this game as well.
It's not, considering the matchup, it's not bad.
Yeah. Considering the matchup, but
you have to always consider the matchup. Always consider the matchup. Sometimes it's not bad.
But at the same time, the scalings are pretty.
Rise, I would argue, scales. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just it's a matchup that he scales better and he has.
He has lane
advantage.
dominance.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's Rise top for you.
That's Rise.
Stupid champion.
Excellent champion.
No, disagree. I so disagree. I hate it. It's so cheap.
Then also about what I was going back to with the dive is if you have Hex Drinker, like I mentioned, it's even better.
Yeah, I know.
So. Because you can also trade with him much more common. Yep, this is really nice.
Get a dragon here. And Rise isn't pushing chop, that's a mistake.
Yep.
And he appears mid here in a few seconds. I think I'm pretty bad. Yeah,
what is he
did
doing?
I don't know.
He's like typing.
This is Diamond 2 Elo, guys. And here it's just a very bad team fight. Or small.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was. Oh god. Oh.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Oh god.
I think my FPS dropped there as well. You saw 34.
Yep.
It was terrible.
Where's your R? Well, no, that's not Kennan's fault. You could have seen that.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Okay.
I was just asking where you used it.
Oh, he used it way earlier, down before Dragon.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I thought he had R. I would have committed more.
Yeah, but the green circle tells you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I thought you didn't know. Okay, all right.
No, I know he didn't have R, but okay. I was like asking him where did you use R. But no response.
We can FF. What?
Yeah, I know. That line just completely got me off the game. I just didn't start to not care anymore after he said that.
What is going on? So okay, I'm gonna coach you right now. You're gonna hit tab. You're gonna go over to the mute side. All right.
Yeah.
You're gonna mute Jax, and then you're gonna use Sky Williams' DST theory on Lucian. All right. Like that's what you're gonna do. Dick sucking theory. That? You're just gonna make Lucian feel great so he doesn't leave.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna tell Lucian that he's a wonderful, and that it's all Jax's fault that he lost the lane, and then he's gonna be like, "Yeah, bro, I agree."
Yeah. I think I said at some point, Lucian is doing great.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though, and at some point I said Kennen did a fantastic job at.
You just walked by a pink ward.
Did I?
Yes.
Map awareness, please.
Don't push Lucian. What? And now you're gonna tab and you're gonna mute that Zyra too while you're at it. You're gonna... No.
Just mute everyone. Just play your.
Hey man, you know what? There actually is a few Koreans that do that. Yeah.
Mute everyone.
Yep, they mute everyone. They just listen to pings. They say that they're gonna do that though before they do it.
Oh, that's comeback Jack second again. I worked so hard on. Oh my god.
You could have eat that. You could have eat that for him.
Yeah, I just didn't have the reaction time.
Yep.
I don't know what Trash is doing here. He's playing Mad Life.
It's playing Mad Life, yeah.
Yeah. And here comes Diamond.
What? Where's the culling? He could have chunked Ori so big.
Yes. I think I die here. Oh.
Oh,
No, I back.
you're fine.
No, I back off. I back off. Thank God I back off.
Alright.
Rise is free farming top because he can.
Okay, so right now, what do you think that you guys need to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is where I fall off. I don't know what to do.
Alright, so here. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna educate you on this, like, simple port. Alright, now someone does have to go top, okay? So you want to go top.
Yeah, I'm going top. Yeah, I know
Where's
that.
my mouse? Okay, my mouse is here. Let me draw. Alright, I couldn't, like, find my mouse because it was, like, blending in. Okay, so you're gonna go top. You're gonna shove exactly to here.
Okay.
Then you're gonna come back through river. Alright, you're gonna drop a ward here, where the yellow is. Alternatively, you could drop the ward here. Alright, now hold on, go back to game timer. Yeah, okay. So there is no worry of blue coming up and that being like unsafe. So because of that, there's no worry for blue coming up because blue's gonna come up at like 22:15 to like 23 depending on when they took it. So you don't have to be worried about anything. Then you can drop the ward there and then you can rotate mid. Alright?
Yes.
And then, so you rotate mid and everyone shoves in mid. You do a dance in mid. You get a ward down again in this brush because by that time these wards would have gone down. Okay? This lane inherently is going to shove and it'll probably be around right here by the time all of this happens. Okay? And then you can just do a dance in middle and then you can back off while this lane is still, you know, starting to slowly push back up. And then you'll just continue to dance and there will have to be some sort of forced fight or otherwise under or near mid tower. And then as it stales out and you push it back to the very mid of the lane, so like here, okay, these two waves are going to be perfectly shoved again for someone to go and farm them.
Okay.
Okay?
I see.
And then you just have to stall until the next dragon fight. That is the goal right now, is to stall until dragon.
Alright. That is also hard to do when they have a Vi.
Yep,
So.
I know.
Vi Oriana.
It sucks.
It's a harsh combo.
It's a harsh combo right now in consideration to your team comp. Your team comp is not good. Like,
no, it's
just
not good at all.
On a very, this team comp's bad. I don't know how the picks, like the bans and picks went, but like
this is like an ordinary team comp. You should have seen my other team comp. Like, I'm gonna tell you after this. Like,
well, also, I have a picks and bans video coming up on YouTube soon, so you can just watch that for like sculpting. I know that you said you're a win trick pony, but
yeah.
If you're trying to legitimately climb, yes, you can do it with one champion. Like we've already seen here that there are many things that you could do.
Yeah, I did that last season. I hit Diamond 1.
Yeah,
last season.
But
that was when Riven was OP. Well, I don't know what I'm doing here. I just don't.
Yeah, that just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. You should take the CS and concede it. Because if Jinx is up there and she's not backing off from you, because you have to ask, why is she moving that way?
That's true. Because Rise
right, so you're about to get flanked.
And I
so
die.
it doesn't right, and then you die.
I don't know what I was doing here. This is a big mistake. I know this.
Oh wow,
but
he flashed.
I do burn 2 flashes, so I called worth.
Yeah, of course that's worth. Wow. Oh my god, that's terrible.
2 flashes for a kill. I'll take that.
Yeah, of course you take that. That's beautiful. No, that's actually good. Why is he surrendering? That kill is so worth it.
I know.
Okay, so you know that, or I'm hoping you do. If nothing is gained off your death, if there is no objective or some gross CS wave or positional wave in terms of like warding or something.
Yeah, that's also why I started running.
You came out ahead.
Like,
right, you come out ahead.
I buy Tiamat here because I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know why against a double AP team you still do not have Hex Tracker.
I'm telling you, I played like shit this game.
Yeah, well.
This is like one out of 100 games I do this shit. Yeah. So.
Well, I would actually like you to send me your LOL King after, just so I can check your builds, because I want to critique your builds.
Oh, I'm gonna say in my op.tg instead.
Okay, sure.
Because that
better,
shows
that's a better site. Yep.
Yeah.
So just send me that, and I'll take a look at that on Skype after, because I definitely want to review your builds.
Okay. All right. Are you going now?
Nope. I'll stay.
Huh?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Or you, oh my god. And in this game, I remember I was like so underleveled
Yeah.
in the entire game. I just don't know how.
This was just see. This is like okay. You'll kill her. Thank God you didn't use your ult.
No.
Can I get
But
away?
I think, yeah, I think we both die here.
This is Zyra and Lucian's fault. Like this isn't.
Oh shit.
Well, it's their fault where they were positioned, but.
No,
It's okay. It's okay.
it's fine, I guess. Here comes.
Let me tell you something that's very cute. Now it doesn't apply, but this is just something. So let's say hypothetically, a Vi is on low HP, right? Like let's say that she is. This is just for future games. Has nothing to do with this current one.
Okay.
This may never come up 1 in 200 games, but if it does occur once in like the next 500, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then whatever. Let's say Vi is at like this HP. Okay.
I would kill her.
Well, okay. If you're on cooldown or something.
Yeah, I would like juke around and wait for her cooldown, then kill her for
Alright.
1-for-1.
Let's just increase then. Let's say like this HP or something, right? Like an
Sure.
HP that's unkillable naturally.
Okay.
Okay.
Turn on Baron.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
Turn on
Go
Baron.
to
and
here, wait for her to come to you, and hit Baron.
Yes, exactly.
And basically
Yeah,
tell her that you're going down too.
Exactly.
Like mind control
I
Baron,
would,
man.
I would, yeah, of course.
You're
God,
like-
of course, I would hit Baron. Like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah,
free
okay,
damage to them,
alright,
and
good.
there's a possible chance she will die with me.
Yes. Yes. Good.
But not gonna happen.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I just wanted to make
I
sure.
know.
All right. Good.
And here comes the trash talk. Wish it was skill.
God
Here
damn-
comes the Rise.
No, Rise is
here
skill,
comes,
man. Rise is skill.
Here at some points, yeah, but
At some points, he actually is one of the most keyboard mechanically demanding champions in the game.
yeah,
I'm not making that up. Like that's.
I just don't like it. I just don't
No,
like
I
this
know.
playstyle.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, just that damage, that tankiness, that just the combo he does. It's so easy to perform. I think they got Baron here. Yeah, they got Baron. That was terrible. Yeah, at this point I'm just ticked off because I heard Jax wanting to FF.
Yeah. Yep. Just mute him. Just mute him and.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute them from now.
DST it up.
Just muting them from now. Fucking. Ugh.
It's a nice jump. Usually people miss that.
Oh, that's an easy jump. The hard jump comes at the
Dragon.
which. No, dragon is very easy as well. It's the wall between inner turrets and inner turrets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those walls are pretty hard.
Yep, here's the dragon fight. So now
Oh,
with your ward
it's gone.
trinket. Okay. Oh, wow. They have Baron? What?
Yeah, they got Baron. So
What is Zyra's warding?
0. No, she hasn't been roaming top. I mean, top side of the map.
Oh my.
She's been bot.
No, I
she's been
know,
bot
I
lane
know,
all
I
day.
know. It's like, all right. Now, see again. This is like, if you're the better player and you were carrying, right?
Yeah, I should have been warding.
Ward up everything because, like I've said,
Yeah, like
you know,
like you see my 2 wards. I had them for so long. I don't know why. I just
Right,
had them for
right.
so long.
But then not only that, it's like, so at 10 minutes, okay, or something, like when everyone's like level 8, level 9 or whatever, and if you drop 2 wards in that jungle, you're not just helping yourself. You're shutting down Vi. Because every second that she tries to even attempt to come on left-hand side of the map, like river or top, she's
Yeah, and
wasting time.
Yes.
You're helping Jax, you're helping bot lane, you're letting bot lane know that they can shove, you're helping Kennen, you're helping yourself, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
by denying Ryze and Orianna gank potential, you're hurting Ryze and Orianna.
Yeah,
You know what I
see
mean?
that. Yeah,
So,
I just don't know why I didn't say my words out.
right. So you know how you said to me that you feel like you can go Brutalizer instead of Hex Drinker because you're the better player here, significantly? Then in the same sense, spend 150 on wards.
Yeah.
You're the better player. So
Yeah,
just do it.
I always help out my team buying
Right.
wards. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
And question, what do you think of Ionian boots on Riven?
Ionian? They're
Yeah.
fine, but not in the. No, you need the Merc Treads.
Yeah,
and shit
I know,
here.
I know. In this team comp, I know.
Oh, against a comp that does not have a lot of CC, like a pick comp, that doesn't have CC and stuff, you can go Ionian.
Yeah, I always do. I usually go Ionian if they don't have targeted CC.
And then I gave you the new rune setup from Someday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so start using that from now on because you'll be in a lot better place late game.
Okay.
Because the new rune setup plus blue elixir plus plus
like
UMOS,
with
you
my
go UMOS.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then you're almost at 40%.
Yeah, that's why I had my 15% CDR on my. I had scaling 9. 9 of them. That gives me 15, and with my build optimization and masteries, I would cap it without doing blue elixir.
Right. But blue elixir, it's a necessary. You know what I mean? Because the early game, it's more important to have that little minor boost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I see. So
yeah.
This game just
and then right here, you in this situation, if it ever occurs again, you need to repeat basically what I mentioned. Now, don't go into her. This was another mistake. Like she can technically, hit you with ult. If Thresh doesn't mess up, he can come up to the wall, hook onto you, pull himself to you, box, and cut off your ability to get back into. And if that happens at this, timing, you concede top tower because then you just surrendered left side jungle for your team, and they would just go and kill top.
Yeah. Here we go on Jax. Oh, wait,
and Jax decides that it's not worth his time.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh no! Just have walked up to the wall and flashed over it would have been better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what I mean? Like right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my flash was pretty bad. I know that.
Okay. All right. And just let it play out. Whatever. Alternatively, when she's coming right here. Okay. As soon as that ends, you could do something cute out.
Yeah.
I'll show you in a second.
All right.
Okay, so your E's up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can do something really cute. All right. Which is out. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my. Okay. So she's gonna trigger ult onto you. You can E to here. Okay.
There. Yeah.
Turn, you need to DI left, but then instantaneously, like almost the same motion. So you're going to click left, and then you're going to swing as fast as you can your mouse over here and flash into brush. Brush. And she'll think that you went here.
That's true. I could also,
like that would be cute. Alternatively, you could wait for her. You could try to E here. You know what I mean? And then she'll connect with you right around here or whatever with her ult, and then flash.
And also, what I could have done is I could have juked the first.
You could have done was Jax just followed you. I mean, that would work.
Yeah, that would also work, I guess. But I could have wall jumped the X on the southeastern corner.
Yeah, you could do that too. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not in time for her ultimate.
No, of course not. But
yeah, so
I would do it before I would die.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. We good?
And then if she wanted to walk break in to the other side of the barrage, I could just flash out.
Yep. All right. So you're dead here, right? Let's zoom.
Zoom.
Okay. Come back to lane, and you still don't have Hex Drinker.
No. It's terrible.
The
terrible.
Itemization.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I thought the boots were enough.
No.
No.
Think about it, because Hex Drinker, eventually you'd even get more of Modulus.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not just magic resist.
But also at this time.
Yeah.
At this time, they have so much armor that I'm not gonna deal any damage to anyone. So I just wanted the.
Right, your build should have been Hex Drinker, Hex Drinker into Brutalizer, into Last Whisper. That would have been with holding on to a Vamp Scepter. I would never have gotten the Dorans. I would have just gone Longsword into Vamp and held it. Okay. Because with the way this thing is you're not doing extended trades against this team. You just can't, right? Just because of the dynamic of it. So because of that, you just need to be bursty. You don't need Hydra.
No.
You know?
I don't know. I don't know why I built Hydra.
Yeah. So.
I don't even like the item.
Alright, so let's go, and then on top of that, your Hydra should never connect in a combo. Not against Orianna and Ryze.
No.
They should just pull you off them. So, and then with Jinx, her little cattle. I don't know the name in English.
Minigun?
No, the little
Suzaru.
bomb, the chomper things.
Suzaru, whatever.
What was that?
Oh, chompers. Chompers. I don't know. This team fight is terrible. Jax is
Do you guys
flying
just
one.
lose here?
No,
Jax
we don't.
Dying to rise? That shouldn't happen right now. Not yet. Should happen in like 40 minutes, but.
He's getting outplayed. He gets outplayed on the chart, and then he dies.
And he's blaming the team the entire time.
Yeah. He's like, oh, noob carries. We can't do this with noob carries. Just FF. Let's see. There we go. Diamond 2, guys.
This
I think I
guy
die
is
here.
so toxic. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You need to like take this VOD and send it as fucking proof to Riot and just like include this Jax's ID.
Get him banned.
This like isn't acceptable at this LO, even more so. Like this honestly isn't acceptable because obviously people at this LO are not just playing the game for fun.
Yeah.
Not at this point.
You can see how much how I just didn't care anymore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well. All right. So the game, I don't feel like there's anything more, because you have people that are playing that aren't even serious.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's becoming toxic.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything left in this VOD that you want me to look at?
Yes, there's one.
Okay. What? Do you know when?
Just skip ahead slowly.
Okay.
A little bit more. They're gonna try and see chop turret. That's where it is. Yeah, around here.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Let me just.
Here comes Cannon.
Let me see.
Oh shit.
Well, Jax is AFK.
Yeah, Jax is AFK.
I can't even.
But look at this team fight though. Like, if Jax was here.
All right,
like,
hold on. Jax is gonna be here. You give me 1 sec. Jax is gonna be inside this team fight.
No.
You give me a second. Yes, he is. He is gonna fucking.
I know.
Jax is coming, guys. Hold on. Everyone, wait 1 second. He's gonna be here. Holy
God.
shit! All right. So. Oh shit! Wait, I just hit fucking print screen. Wait a minute. Ah, fuck.
Oh shit.
All right, hold on. I gotta fix this.
Okay.
Shh.
Let's get Jax. There we go. There's Jax. They won't notice.
They won't.
No.
I'm gonna open a new paint. All right, now hold on.
Okay.
Calm down.
It's gonna look legit, guys.
This has to look legit. All right.
Okay, go.
Wait. Gonna get Jax. Ah, shit! All right, hold on.
I know.
The micro is real. All right. Okay.
This is so hard.
This is hard. This is more difficult than landing against Rise. What?
Yes.
Where is he? The fuck?
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Okay,
oh,
so
yeah.
Jax should probably be somewhere around here. Now you see him?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, you got your eye on him? All right, good.
I'm convinced. It doesn't. Like, even if I look closely, it doesn't look fake.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
He
Let's move on.
alters everything around him, you know?
Yeah.
All right. No, so honestly, he probably actually would be standing here. If not here,
Yeah.
then he would be down here. So it's going to be like one of these. So, okay, so Kennen is going to go in. This is forced, okay? So, like, literally, I'm just using this image so that you actually know where he should be standing. So Kennen should start his ult now and flash in. And as that happens, Jax should come up to here. The X marks the spot. Start his spinny thing. And then hit. Yeah, Counter-Strike. Zyra should delay her ultimate. Okay?
And
now, I don't know how fast she casts it. And then use it after the Counter-Strike. Like, mid Counter-Strike effectiveness, then use it. And as Zyra casts hers, then Lucian casts calling. He can also cast it actually right now. Lucian could start calling right now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He either casts it during Zyra's or he casts it right now. So what he needs to do, though, first is get the W proc. Okay, so he needs to hit the W on someone here, E forward, and then start his calling. Okay, so that he can hope for some resets. Okay.
So Kennen goes and I'm like, what the fuck?
So that was really good. Now look.
Yeah, it was very good.
So this is really fucking good right now.
Yeah, he gets a 5-man ult. That's so good. But
yeah. So
the worst thing is the 4v5.
So like right now, Jax would be like here.
Jumping on them.
Right, literally. And if Zyra was doing what she was doing, then she would have been standing right here. She would have just been like right behind Jax, right? And then her ult goes down like this. And it's a never-ending, right, it's a never-ending, and the Cullen should be active right now. Or if he elected to use it like this or whatever. You know, if it was here, okay? And then with that thing going on, then you could have followed up. You're a little further back than you should be. You should be somewhere around here right now, okay?
No, it's because they had Baron. I didn't really see
and
that.
Then,
kinda.
right, and then as the Zyra thing goes off, you need to flash W.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, good.
Pretty sure I do that.
I'm glad Jax was here for the fight, by the way.
Was he?
Yeah, you saw it in paint. I mean, there's no.
Right? Wait, I did not flash.
Yeah, if Jax is here, this is a win.
Exactly.
He's so toxic. He's so toxic. Everyone watching this video, just because you're down, like 5, 6, even 10 kills, the game is not over.
No, we weren't even behind. We were even in kills. That's the worst part. We were even in kills.
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah, but here comes Jax. The cleanup. Is he gonna do it?
Game is not over.
1.
Yep.
I think he gets double kill. Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Then I think they got a second Baron, and then they just go for end. There we go. Yeah, that was pretty much the game.
Well, now you're being toxic now. This isn't very good.
Yeah, I'm like just annoyed.
No, I know.
Just annoyed and Jack's going AFK and giving up.
So yeah, the game wasn't over. The game wasn't over.
No.
You could have capped mid tower, maybe mid tower tier 2. Then you would get dragon. This would have easily. Okay, so that all right. Actually, that was very good that we had that watched. And I'm very glad that Jax was in the fight, via MSpaint. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Wish it was real though.
Yeah.
Wish it was real though. No, not really. I don't think so. They just stomp us. I think Jax just does stupid shit as well. Gets caught.
I'm just looking.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it seems to snowball out of control. Their kills keep going out. Okay. All right, man. I will go over your itemizations. I will do that, and then I'll write to you on Skype what I think is wrong.
Okay.
And then in a week or so we'll have another session, and I assume it'll be on Riven again.
Most likely.
Just my guess. Just my guess. And
well, I do have a Jax clip, but no, I actually don't. I didn't record it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just Riven.
Okay, cool. All right then. Do you have any questions before we close out?
Not at all.
All right.
All
right, man. If you have any questions in between or whatever, just ask me on Skype, and then I'll go over your builds. I'll look through like the last 40 games or something, the itemizations.
Like 40 games?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Because I have to see more than just a few sample sizes. Like I have to I have to look at the overall team comps. Like I have to look at your team plus enemy team. So I need a bigger sample size.
I linked the op.gg.
All right, man. I will. Yep. I'll see you then. All right.
See ya, and good luck in your Skype conversation, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
What?
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Hi.
All right. Later. Bye.